Hello everyone, welcome again to my YouTube channel. This is Ujo KK, the intercultural communicator. Thank you so much for stopping by and clicking. Thank you. If you've been watching me for so long and you've not subscribed to this channel, please friend, do well to subscribe. That subscribe button right there, yes. Just hit it and support your girl, okay? And people that have been watching me, those of you that have already subscribed, thank you so much. And I hope you're enjoying my content. If you have any suggestion, do well to tell me. So, like you've already seen from the title of this video, is unpopular opinion. That is my 2 cents of what I've been thinking about lately. African privilege. I decided not to say black privilege because a lot of people are going to contest the fact that black Americans, they don't fall into this group. So I'm going to say African privilege. But if you're a black American watching and you feel that you identify with one or two points that I'm going to raise, fine. But if not, that's okay too. So of late, I've already listened to this TED Talk, Chimamanda Adichie. I mentioned that in one of my videos. She's somebody that I've started admiring recently, and I love her. I finished like one of her novels and it resonated well with me. And then again, I went back to rewatch her TED Talk, which is Dangers of a Single Story. And I was like, yes, girl, say it, preach, because everything she said is true. You know, everything she said in that TED Talk is true. If you've not watched that TED Talk, I'm gonna put the link down below for you to go and watch that TED Talk. And when you watch that TED Talk, then you understand what I'm talking about. As Chimamanda said in that TED Talk, she was trying to narrate how people only know a single story of a population or of a country, of a continent, right? And she said, when you keep saying or when you keep telling a single story about a particular people, that is what the people that are listening to this story are just going to know about that population, okay? In this case, you just keep saying that Africa is bad, we have diseases, people are poor and everything. The media coverage, that is what they're saying. They don't want to show the good parts of Africa or the natural resources or things that actually make Africa beautiful, right? So I don't blame people that are here, in this case, white people or people who have not traveled at all. If that is their single story about Africa, that is fine. But I'm here today to tell you that we are privileged to be African. I am privileged to be African. I don't know if this is a privilege or something that I've noticed, or something that I've noticed, not of recent, but since I came to the United States. I feel that the mere fact of being an Africa just sends to the other person here, a white person, that, oh, you are poor, you need help, oh, I need to come to your rescue, do you know how to do this, do you know how to do that? Hell no. If you are that kind of person or you do that, just stop doing it, just quit, just stop doing it. That is not the case. Most of us, we don't need help. Most of us are not poor. Most of us are not suffering from diseases. We actually come from a good family background, okay? If you do that all the time, just stop. Don't see an African person and the first thought, the single story you have of that person is that, oh, this person needs help, I just need to come to the person's rescue. That white mentality thing, just stop it. That is not the case. If you've heard a story of that person or what you've seen if you've seen some things in the media, don't just assume that everybody that comes from Africa is like that or the person is suffering. No, don't do that. Even if you want to render help or even if you want to do something, don't just sound patronizing. Don't sound patronizing. No, I don't know, but just my point here is that just stop doing that if you always do it, okay? Saying this unapologetically. So if you do that, just stop doing it. We don't always need help. We are most times we are good, okay? That's what I'm saying. Okay, so I never knew about student debt until I came to the US, and I saw that most of my colleagues, most of my classmates, they kept talking about student debt, what they had for their undergraduate and how they are grateful that they have scholarship, that they're not going to pay anything for their graduate school. And I asked them, what is this student debt? And it's just like how the United States government provide a certain amount of money for their citizens. You go loan the money, pay your school fees, buy books, pay rent, and you're a student, you're going to school, and your parents don't have to worry about that. To me, I feel that is good. But then again, on the other side, I just feel that I wouldn't say it is not. It is good because yes, even if you don't have opportunity to go to school, if your parents are not well to do, for the single father, you're a citizen of America, you can actually access that loan and go to school, which is good. But the downside there is that you just have to pay that money once you're done with school. It's not like free, it's not free money. The government did not say, oh, okay, take this money, I dash you. It's free of charge. No, it's a loan. You're expected to pay that money once you're done with school. And if you don't pay, you just have interest accumulate. So people were so worried in my class. They kept talking about their student debt, how they're owing a lot of money. As an African, I looked and I said, man, indeed, I'm really privileged to be an African, because going to school back home, when I did my undergraduate, I didn't think about anything like student debt, okay? Even if people that come from a nowhere to do family, their parents, their friends, their relatives, like move around, hustle around to just make sure that they go to school. So far you want to go to school. If you don't want to go into the entrepreneurial realm, you want to go to school, your family members are going to like try so well for you to make sure that you go to school. In that case, you don't think about any student loan. And some people who are very industrious, they go ahead to do like some jobs in school. Maybe they can be a photographer, they can start, maybe have like a cyber cafe. People can start braiding hair, they make money. Some people can start like doing small businesses in school just to keep body and soul together. They raise money to pay their house rent, feed, and buy their textbooks and all whatnot. To me, I know that is a privilege. I feel that is a privilege because when I was done with school, I didn't think about like, oh, I have like $20,000 or $50,000, or maybe like in Nigerian currency, let me say like 3 million naira that I have to pay back to the government. Because when you're done with school, what you're thinking about is, to get a job, start a life, start investing, just start taking care of yourself. Maybe start returning the favor that your parents gave you when you were in school, start taking care of them, buying some things for them. I didn't have to worry about student loan, right? So I am really privileged that student loan was not a thing in Africa. And if you're an African watching, and if you've been to the United States, you understand what I'm saying, that we are really privileged not to have student loan. Okay, another thing that I want to say is that the issue of going to hospital, okay? To me, when I was in Africa, when I was in Nigeria, I could easily go to the hospital maybe when I have headache, fever, or whatnot. When I'm just feeling unwell, I can go to the hospital, just see the doctor. The doctor is always there. But when I came to the America, I had this notion, or I always hear people say that, oh, going to the hospital is a big deal. Even like something happened one day when I was talking to my class. I went to the hospital for a normal checkup, okay? I was talking to my class and I was like, oh, I went to the hospital. She's like, you went to the hospital? Are you okay? I'm like, yes, I'm okay. She now said, oh, in America, that when people use the term like going to the hospital, it means that the thing was really serious. That the term is like, I went to see a doctor. I'm like, okay. But my fellow Nigerians watching, you know that even if you go to hospital to collect a prescription or whatever, or to visit somebody that is sick, you just say, I went to the hospital. So yeah, this is where the cultural differences came to play. But yeah, what I'm trying to say is that we could easily go to the hospital. There was no procedure of booking an appointment to see a doctor, or maybe that single fact, I am privileged to have that opportunity to walk into a hospital whenever I'm sick to see a doctor, and the doctor is always there to attend to me. Yeah, the third thing I also want to talk about is the issue of raising children, right? In Africa, your child is not just your child. Your child is everybody's child, okay? I don't know if this is the same in other parts of Africa, but I think it is. But in Nigeria, your child is not just your child. If a child is outside doing something bad and the mother is not close by or the father is not close by, any adult that is close by has equal right to caution that child. Maybe like, oh, Obi, stop doing this thing, you're going to injure yourself, or get out of there, something like that. But I don't think that is the fact here in America. I think like here in America, a lot of people are like, it just feels like people are walking on eggshell, right? You just don't want to, like, even if you see somebody doing something, you're like, your face is up, you see nobody, because you don't have the right to talk to that child to stop doing what he or she is doing, because the child is not your child. So I think that the positive effect that had on me, or that have on African children, is that it helps them to it helps them to like think twice before they do something. Even if when their parents are not around or when their parents are not watching, they know that this neighbor here can actually caution me and report me to my parents when they get back. I feel that community upbringing given to a child has a way of making that child to turn out to a better person in the society. Don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to say that someone's parents cannot raise a perfect child or a good child. Another thing I want to say is that in Africa, I am privileged to have a close-knitted family, okay? Like, if you're going through something, like you can't afford to be sad in an African home. Maybe like you just come back, you frowned your face, you're like, your father will ask you, your mother, your sisters, everybody, even like anybody can ask you like, what is wrong with you? Why is your face like that? Like, you literally have no peace of mind because you have, in fact, you don't have the opportunity to be depressed. That's what I'm trying to say. You don't have that opportunity to be depressed because there are people around you that will always want to find out what is wrong with you. And to you don't have any other like option but to talk to one or two persons. Oh, this is what I'm going through. So I'm really privileged to have a close-knitted family in Africa. That is, people are always looking out for you, and that is a privilege right there. So all these things that I've said, I look back and I smile to myself and I say, indeed, I'm privileged to be born into the African continent. Some people might not feel that way. Some people might be like, oh, our government has failed us, things are not working, people are unemployed, people die because of mere sicknesses. Yes, that is true. The government has failed us, no doubt about that. But regardless of that, I am still privileged to be an African. I am happy to be an African. I don't think that, okay, I wanted to say that I don't think I can survive in another continent, but no, that is a lie. Maybe I can, but yeah, I am privileged to be an African. So if you're an African, you're watching, you're in Africa, tell me what you think. What are the things that you feel privileged about? And if you're in Africa, you're in diaspora, you've actually like tested the other side of life, you've interacted with other people other than Africans. Tell me what you're privileged about. Like, what are you privileged to have? To hear from you. What is that one thing or things that you look or you think and you like, you smile, you're like, I am happy my skin color is chocolate. Like, you're just happy that the times you lacked in your family actually taught you to appreciate when you have something now. Just tell me, well, what are you feeling like? And if you don't think that I am making sense right now, also drop it in the comment section. Yeah, so this is all I have to say today. I hope you enjoyed this video. Do well to subscribe, like this video, share with your friends and family as always. And if you've not subscribed, you just watch this video and we've gotten to the end of this video and you're about to click out without subscribing. Hey, stop right there. Subscribe. Thank you. Okay, friends, thank you so much for watching. Until next time, stay cool and remember that I love you so much. Bye.